talk about something totally different today. We're going to talk about the surname Colón in Puerto Rico. If you have the surname Colón, or you descend from the surname Colón and of European descent with the surname Colón, are you descendants of Christopher Columbus? The answer is yes. The first Colón to end up in Puerto Rico, in fact, if we're going to look at my computer, was Juan Davila y Colón. He was the great-great-grandson to Christopher Columbus. He shows up with his wife, Doña Leonor de Leando, the granddaughter of Francisco Huancho de Leando, and great-granddaughter of Diego Ramos, the first conquistadors of Puerto Rico with Juan Ponce de Leon. Juan Davila y Colón shows up in a trial in 1614 regards with the treatment of the native Indians there, the Taínos, and perhaps the Caribbean Indians. That's the only document that shows of this Juan Colón, or Juan Davila y Colón, showing up in Puerto Rico. Juan Daza Davila y Colón, his full name, he was born in Santo Domingo about 1580, the legitimate son to Luis Davila y Guillen. Maria Colón de Guzman was his mother. Those were his parents. Juan Daza Davila y Colón, also known as Juan Colón, marries Leonor de Leando, the daughter of Francisco Huancho de Leando II and Leonor Manuel. David Enrique Cuesta y Camacho, a gentleman who passed away last October, who did genealogy for many years, who was from Brooklyn, New York. Him and I worked together regards with the Colón family and other families in Puerto Rico. Regards to this, Leonor de Leando and Juan Davila y Colón had 4 children, according to my research. David had him having 3 children. I did find a 4th son named Melchor Ramos Colón, who marries Enormia de Salcedo y de los Reyes from Mexico City, and their children were Catalana, Lucia, Maria, Mateo, Josepa, and Antonia. They were all baptized in Mexico City. Regards to this family, nothing is known beyond that. But Juan Daza Davila y Colón and Leonor de Leando, 2 sons, did leave descendants in Puerto Rico. The 3rd son, Gregorio de Leando, was a priest who died in 1657 in Santiago de Cuba. Diego Ramos Colón de Leando regards the controversy and controversial part of it, of who is his wife. According to the late Dr. Edmundo Colón Golden, who passed away several years ago in California, he stated that Diego Ramos Colón de Leando married the granddaughter of Garcia de Torres and Constanza de Villalobos, who herself was the 4th great-granddaughter of Juan Ponce de Leon. There are no documents to back up the official spouse's name for Diego Ramos Colón de Leando, but what I have is her as Maria de los Angeles de Torres y de los Santos, and they had, at least what I know of, 8 children. Diego Ramos Colón de Leando was the mayor of Coamo. He also lived in San Juan. He did have a nephew with the same name, not to be confused. Diego left descendants with the surname Colón de Leando, Colón de Torres, Colón, Ramos Colón, etc. Diego's brother, Juan Colón de Leando, married twice. His first wife is quite interesting. She is Catalana de Espinosa y de Alvarado, who died in 1684 in Coamo. She was part native. She was a descendant of Don Pedro de Alvarado, the conquistador and alitado of Guatemala, who helped Cortés conquer Mexico, as well as she was also a descendant of Gaspar de Espinosa, who helped conquer Cusco, Peru. Documents and evidence of this has been found in the archives in the Indies. Excuse me, sorry about my glasses. But Juan Colón de Leando and his first wife had 8 children. The children are Juan Colón de Espinosa, Antonio Colón de Leando, Diego Ramos Colón, who was an ancestor to Estefania Rodriguez de Matos, the wife of Captain Correa, That's a very important person, as well as unknown girl or unknown woman. We know her as the surname Colón Espinosa. She was the wife to a Rivera, but beyond that, that's all we know. Catalana Ramos Colón, Francisco Ramos Colón, and Feliciana Ramos Colón, as well as Catalana de Alvarado Colón, were the children of Juan Colón de Leando the first, and Catalana de Espinosa de Alvarado. Now, in regards to Diego Ramos Colón, the nephew of Diego Ramos Colón de Leando, he married a cousin, Juan Diaz de Sandoval. They had 3 children, an unidentified son, who was the father of Maria Colón, who his descendants were married Captain Correa's descendants. In regards to a marriage, it shows that they were related to each other. But who is Juana Diaz de Sandoval? Sorry about that. Juan Diaz de Sandoval. All these surnames just drives me nuts. Juan Diaz de Sandoval. Who is she? Well, according to Father Terga, who's a friend of mine, who's a priest up in New York City, he states that Juana Diaz de Sandoval was the legitimate daughter of Magdalena de Sandoval, who was from Santo Domingo. Her herself was the daughter of Luis Davila y Colón de Toledo and Francisco Ortiz de Sandoval, and also the niece of Juan Daza Davila y Colón, meaning that they were 4th cousins. This is important because her father sued the de Portugal family, Colón de Portugal family, who held the title of Admiral of the Indies, as well as Duke of Viagua and Duke of de la Vega, as an heir to Christopher Columbus. And also Don Luis Davila y Colón was a male descendant and a male grandson of Christopher Columbus himself, meaning he had more rights to inherit the title of his ancestor Christopher Columbus and his great-great-great uncle Luis Colón de Toledo, who became the first Duke of Viagua. But then nobody knows who is Magdalena de Sandoval's husband. I come to find out through documents that it seems to be that her husband is or was Francisco Diaz de Fibos. Francisco Diaz de Fibos, his brother, is my ancestor as well, Juan Diaz de Fibos, who first married Catalina Lopez, and they had several children, and he married her for a second time. The Diaz de Fibos family came from Spain. They came from Ciudad Rodrigo, and they were a very well-to-do family in Puerto Rico. They had a lot of connections in San Juan. Regards to the surname Colón, it's a very common surname in Puerto Rico. This does not mean you're a descendant of the surname Colón or the Colón de Torres family or Ramos Colón or Colón de Leando, Colón de Espinosa, and other surnames. To just clarify, if you descend from the surnames Colón de Torres, Colón de Leando, Ramos Colón, etc., and also just simply Colón, like I do myself, you would be a descendant of Christopher Columbus. However controversial that might be, whether if you like him or don't like him, I'm going to make it very quick. He was a man of his time, and he was divined by God according to what he believed to be the opener, the gatekeeper for Asia to Spain, for Spain. Now, as we can see, as the world has changed in 2018 and beyond, Christopher Columbus has been demonized as a rapist, as a murderist, as he killed millions of Indians. He never set forth in America. In fact, he did. He ended up in Central and South America on his 4th voyage. And he, in fact, was in the United States. Granted, Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands are American territories. He did end up in North America, such as the Bahamas. I myself personally I'm proud to be a descendant of Christopher Columbus, however you want to take it. I take it as a grain of salt. But also, not everyone's perfect. We have to learn from our past and continue to be better people. Nor should we crucify or condemn people that are prideful of their lineage and happy of who their ancestors are. I know Spain gets a bad rap with this, especially Christopher Columbus and the other conquistadors. But I thought it was important enough to put this on YouTube. For those that want to contact me personally, you can email me with 2 email addresses. One is Dopplerology, Doppleralogy @yahoo.com. I belong to the Sociedad Puerto Rican de Genealogy Yahoo group, as well as SAM group, which are 2 Yahoo groups you can join if you have Yahoo email address. Excuse me, sorry. Great. Anyways, that's going to be in a vlog. My second email address or secondary email address is brandonthearchivist@gmail.com. Third one is brandoncineville@gmail.com. That's just to keep the YouTube page up. And I forgot to tell, which I should have said in the beginning. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Help me get to 10,000 subscribers plus. You know, I'm planning to monetize this channel. I plan to go to Puerto Rico. I never been there, believe it or not. That's where my mom's family is from. It would be a great honor and joy and off the bucket list to go there. I love the food, the culture, the language is kind of quite difficult. Portuguese is my second language. Granted, my father was born in Brazil. Unfortunately, he passed away. So I speak Portuguese, second language. Third would probably be Spanish. I can brush up on it. But anyways, check my other YouTube videos. I have several other videos. Like I said, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to get better. This is kind of a hard journey to learn off of the camera. It's not the best thing, but you learn from it, Anyways, sorry about fixing glasses. They keep on sliding. But I think people can understand that. And also here, living here in Florida, finally they opened up a great Puerto Rican restaurant. So thank goodness. So, I love my Puerto Rican food. But anyways, for those that are celebrating All Saints Day or All Souls Day, for those that are honoring their loved one and their ancestors, that's great. Learn of your past. Learn who you are. What's your DNA? Where you come from? Regardless of ancestry, racial makeup, mixed race, not mixed race, royalty to commoners, to illegitimate ancestors. It doesn't matter. Everyone has a past, like I said. And for those who are interested, you can hire me professionally. Like I said, you can email me at Dopplerology, Doppleralogy @yahoo.com, or you can also message me through Instagram as well. I am Brandon the Archivist there as well. And always, hopefully everyone's good. I hope I wasn't too long with you guys. Peace.